What's going on YouTube, Ferocity? I hope you guys are doing well. To start this video off, I'm going to take you guys on a little journey. Because I didn't find out about Season 3 of Modern Warfare 3 the same way that I found out about every other season, sitting down at my computer, looking through Reddit, looking through Twitter. No, instead, I was sitting on a train, going from a small Swedish town to Stockholm, ready to explore the vibrant history of such a beautiful city. And I will be honest, after spending almost 2 weeks there, Stockholm and the little rural areas of Sweden, absolutely magnificently beautiful, minus the 5 centimeters of snow that I experienced on Tuesday. But outside of that, absolutely beautiful. But I'm not going to bore you talking about Sweden or its history. Instead, I want to tell you guys about receiving a text message from one of my close friends saying, Season 3 of Modern Warfare 3 is really releasing this. And he sent me the screenshot of the roadmap. 6v6 maps. New perks. New equipment. Warzone updates. A ton of new stuff coming to Modern Warfare 3. And immediately my jaw was to the floor. I was dumbfounded. Sitting as I hear the train go Stockholm Central, and I'm glued to my phone looking at all of this content. And it brought me back to this old adage that I've heard so many times in the dating world. If they wanted to, they would. And that instantly brought me back to all of my critical videos I've made over the last several years regarding seasonal content drops in Call of Duty. About how they've been lackluster, they've been unimpressive, uninspiring. It's all culminated to here. Because finally, it seems as if they want to release content. They want to give us more for less. And it's pretty gratifying, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. The first thing that pops off this page here with Season 3 was the 6v6 maps. Are you kidding me? Considering the fact that Season 3 of MW3 released 3, and I thought that was impressive. But nope. They decide to dial it up to 11 and decide to give us the most content we've ever seen in a Call of Duty content drop. I mean, good on them. And yes, of course I read about the fact that they once again released a content drop and weren't able to make it work for everybody. Of course I read that. Of course I found that out. But I don't want to be all negative Nancy anymore. I want to look at this franchise with a new outlook. Because that excitement that I had on that train in Stockholm, I want to relive again. Because I saw that and I said, this is what Call of Duty should strive for. Should strive to make people want to play their game. Because I was sitting there in Stockholm, thousands of kilometers away from where I live in Canada, and I wanted to hop on a plane and go play Call of Duty. That's what I wanted to do because there was that much in this update. Now, obviously, not all of it is going to be here on day one, as we've already seen. But the fact that they were willing to put this much content into the game shows me they're ready to start caring. They're ready to start listening, and they're ready to start implementing necessary quality and quantity needs that this game has. Now, granted, of course, we didn't see the massive changes to the stability of the game, to the connection of the game, to the matchmaking, or even to the spawns across all the maps. But I do have to still give them credit where credit's due. They could have come into Season 3 and half-assed it, and they didn't. Yes, do they still need to make fundamental changes to the game? Of course they do. But from a content standpoint, this is the most content-filled Call of Duty game I think we've ever had. And we do need to give Sledgehammer Games credit. We do have to be honest with ourselves and say this is great. This is a step in the right direction. It's April 4th when I'm recording this video. I will be shocked if we get the matchmaking overhaul, if we get the server overhaul, or if we get the spawn overhaul that this game desperately needs. So instead, I want to switch my thinking, switch my aim at what can we take from Modern Warfare 3 to the next Call of Duty game and say, this is what worked, this is what didn't. Because right now, from a content standpoint, from the way they've handled seasonal launches, this has been the most content-heavy year we've ever had. Unless, of course, you play Ground War. which I'll make a video about that some other time. Not today. But yes, if you're somebody who enjoys a bigger map experience, you've been kind of left out in the dust. Same thing for zombies players. Disappointing for sure. But if you're a 6v6 player like myself, this has been a year to rejoice in content. And granted, I even said it. I was a little skeptical when they included Modern Warfare 2 maps into this game. But they play well here. They really, really do. I was very skeptical bringing maps that were a year old. But it works, and it works because the gameplay is improved. So how can we continue this trajectory of moving this game forward, about actually acknowledging steps forward? This is how you do it. You give them kudos, you give them the acknowledgement that, hey, you've done a good job. More of this, less of that. Less of lackluster seasons, more of these seasons jam-packed with content. And yes, there's a remastered map in here. I don't care. Because it's a step in the right direction. It's not like we just got one remastered map and that was it, like we did back in Season 1 of MW2. No, we got 4 brand new maps on launch day with a remastered map and then another map coming in season. This game has content. No question about it. Is there issues? 100%. And if there's anything that I want Treyarch to take away from this year is that the content that is here, we want that in the next game. And spawns and servers and the other issues that plague this game need to be fixed. Those are the two things. Because from a gameplay standpoint, this is probably as good as it's been in the new era. I'd maybe argue the Cold War is still slightly better from a gameplay standpoint. But from a content standpoint, there's no game that stands up to this. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing to finally be in a position where we're not starving for new content. I mean, if I loaded up MW3 right now, I guarantee you I wouldn't be stuck in a bunch of MW2 maps all year, or Modern Warfare 2 maps from 2009 all the livelong day. Because that's not what it is. I mean, they've separated themselves. They're no longer Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, MW2 2.5. They're their own game, finally. And it's because they've been committed to adding more content. Every single content drop. And that has been great to see. So yes, I'm normally the yelly, screamy guy. I'm normally the guy that criticizes every single angle of Call of Duty. But I don't want to be like that today. I don't want to be like that as much moving forward. Because I do think there is some value here. I do think that for the first time in a long time, there is reasons to be optimistic about the future of Call of Duty. But we have to remain diligent. Because it can turn on a knife. Oh man, can it turn quickly. Who knows, maybe tomorrow they decide that Season 4 will have no new content. And they'll just give us a bunch of new stuff for the Battle Pass. I don't know. But I want to be honest when I want to praise this game. Like, sometimes you have to admit, hey, you did a good job. Regardless of how you feel deep down. So that's the way I'm going to address this video. I know that some of you will just absolutely hate me for being positive about Call of Duty. And that's fine. I think difference of opinion is important. So let me know down below in that comment section. If you disagree with me, why is it that you hate Season 3 of Modern Warfare 3? Tell me why. I'd love to hear why down below in that comment section. Because again, that's what it's for. Let's have a debate. Let's have a discussion. That's what this community is all about. I gave you my opinion. Time for yours. Type it down below. And as always, guys, thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much for watching, enjoying the content, hitting that like button, maybe even hitting that subscribe button if you want to see more videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.